A couple weeks ago, the 2023-2024 NHL season had finally kicked off, and Adidas is on their final season of their contract sponsoring the NHL with their uniforms. I'm the Jersey Jaguar, and today I'm going to show you the differences between the Fanatics Breakaway Jerseys and the Adidas Primegreen Retail Authentics Jerseys. Now guys, I'm going to go over sizing, materials, construction, and a bunch of other stuff. Let's get to it. Alright, so it's time for a quick breakdown of each of the jerseys. Starting off with the Fanatics Breakaway, you are going to get the cheaper out of the two jerseys. It is going to range between roughly $175 and $200, depending on where you get it with a player on it. Now guys, this is going to be the retail replica line offered by Fanatics. Adidas only does the retail authentics and the players on ice jerseys. So whatever deal the NHL has for the jerseys, they have Fanatics doing their retail replicas. Now guys, this is going to have cheaper construction, cheaper materials. Overall, a definitely noticeable cheaper jersey than the Adidas. All right, next up, we're going to have the Adidas Primegreen. Now roughly these range between $225 and $250 if you have a player on it. If you don't have a player, it's going to be a little bit cheaper. And also depends where you get it, as the customization ranges in price depending on that. Now guys, this is going to obviously be the more expensive out of the two, but it is going to have better construction, better materials, all around the whole jersey. It is going to be closer with the players wear on the ice, as Adidas makes these and Adidas makes the players on ice jerseys. So definitely more comparable than the Fanatics Breakaway. Guys, overall, this is going to be the better jersey, especially if you're looking for something that's going to hold up longer, last longer, and maintain its value better. All right, so let's go over the materials of these two jerseys. Again, starting with that Fanatics Breakaway. On the Fanatics Breakaway, it's pretty much plain and simple. In terms of the body material, it's only going to have one single material throughout the whole jersey. And guys, that is going to be called FanFlex material offered by Fanatics. And it's basically 100% polyester. It's thin, it's light, not bad, but not the best. All right, now for the Adidas is going to be 50% recycled polyester and the rest is going to be polyester. But we are going to have different textures within this jersey. The main body is going to be rougher and thicker. And then we're going to have vented airflow mesh here on the sides, both on the front and on the back. Guys, absolutely better construction materials. You can even feel within the collar, and you can feel throughout the jersey that it is made better than that Fanatics Breakaway. All right, now in terms of the materials for the logos and crests on the Fanatics Breakaway, it's going to be single layer sublimated twill that is shiny, really thin. It looks almost paper-like. And then for the Adidas Primegreen, it is going to be closer to team specs. However, sometimes not exactly team specs, but it is going to be closer. Guys, in terms of the Blackhawks, it is going to have chain stitching on the Blackhawks head and on the shoulder patches. So when we compare the two side by side, you can see a significant difference in terms of quality and details. All right, so let's go over the customization of the two jerseys. Again, starting with the Fanatics Breakaway. Now guys, when I say customization, it's referring to the name and numbers, basically the kit that is on the jersey. Now, one thing I want to say for both jerseys, it is going to vary depending on where you get it. For the Fanatics Breakaway, it is either going to be heat pressed on with no sewing, or it's going to be machine stitched on there. Either way, you're going to get that single layer, shiny, thin, sublimated tackle twills you can see right here, both on the numbers and on the name. And in terms of the Adidas Primegreen, you are going to get a tackle twill that is stitched onto the jersey. Now, if you get it from Fanatics or NHL shop or from Adidas, most likely it is going to be layer twill. Now, teams are going to vary. Some teams have perforation, some teams have kiss cut, and some teams are going to have sublimated single layer twill with perforation in there. It just depends on the team. If you get it from Hockey Authentic, sometimes Cool Hockey, or directly from the team's customizers or private customizers, you will get closer to what the teams wear. In this situation, I got this from City Sport Lettering, who does the Blackhawks jerseys directly for the team, so it is going to be a little bit better quality. Now, the Adidas, it's also either going to be machine stitched on or it's going to be hand stitched on, again, though it depends where you get it. All right, so let's go over the construction of the two jerseys and basically how they're sewn together and how they're compromised. So first and foremost, the Fanatics Breakaway is not going to have a fight strap, but on the Adidas Primegreen, we are going to have the fight strap added on there. Now on the Fanatics Breakaway, again, it's one single material, so we are going to have minimum hemlines throughout the jersey. And if you guys look right there to your right, you're going to see the hemlines highlighted here on the front. And then we flip the jersey around, you can be able to see it on the back. So looking at the Primegreen, let's go over those hemlines on the front, on the body, and then you can see on the sleeves it's different. And then when we turn the jersey around to the back, you can see the hemlines too. It's completely different than on the Fanatics Breakaway. Now guys, what I want to do also is I want to highlight here the vented material on the jersey so you can see the different material sections on this Adidas jersey. Now looking at the necks, Fanatics is going to be thinner and Adidas is going to have a sturdier, thicker neck. Now the shields on the Fanatics is going to be embroidered, it's going to be really thin, and the Adidas is going to have a metallic finish on top of vinyl. Now when we turn the necks around, you can see on the Fanatics, it looks just like the front. There is no break lines or hemlines, but on the back of the Adidas, you can see that we are going to have the Adidas logo and it's going to be broken up with hemlines right here. All right, so I'm going to redraw out the dimensions of these jerseys. Now the Fanatics Breakaway is a size medium and the Adidas Primegreen is a size 50, which is a medium on the size chart. You'll be hearing me say that again in a little bit. Let's start with the pit to pit, meaning across the chest. On the Fanatics, we have just over 24 inches, right about 24 inches. And on the Adidas, we are going to have about 22.5 inches. Now for the body, meaning just under the pit to pit, for the Fanatics and for the Adidas, it's going to be the same as the pit to pit. So there's nothing going in or going out. Now on the waist for the Fanatics, it's also going to be the same, but on the Adidas, it's going to flare out a little bit at 23.5 inches. Now top to bottom, meaning how long the jersey is, the Fanatics is going to be about 32 inches and the Adidas is going to be a little bit shorter, about 31 inches, maybe just over 31 inches. Now measuring from the inside of the collar to the sleeve, both jerseys are going to be at about 7.5 inches. Now from the shoulder to the bottom of the sleeve, they're going to be close, but the Fanatics is going to be 24.5 inches roughly, and the Fanatics is going to be just under 24 inches. All right, so for a total sleeve length from the inside of the collar to the end of the sleeve, on the Fanatics, we are going to be having about 32 inches. And on the Adidas Primegreen, we're going to be having just under 32 inches, so about 31.25 or so, 31.5 max. So what does that mean? Now guys, that means that the Fanatics is going to be a hair wider with no taper. It's going to be a hair longer sleeves, but really comparable. Adidas is going to have a slight taper to it and it's going to go back out. It's going to have slightly shorter sleeves and it's going to have a slightly shorter length. But again, guys, it's really minimal between the differences. All right, so it's time to show you how these two jerseys fit. Now, as for myself, I'm a little over 6'2" and about 185 pounds. Now, guys, the Fanatics Breakaway is a size medium and the Adidas Primegreen is a size 50, which on their size chart correlates to a size medium. All right, so it's time for a quick recap and a final verdict out of the two. Again, the Fanatics Breakaway is going to be cheaper, but again, with the cheaper price, you are going to get cheaper quality jersey, cheaper materials, and cheaper construction. It does have its purpose though. If you want to wear it to a game or in different situations where you don't care what happens to it, get this one. If you want something cheap as possible to get autographed at some players' autograph signing, maybe go with this one. All right, and at Adidas Primegreen Retail Authentic Jersey. Now guys, you are paying a little bit more for it, but again, you are getting way better construction, way better materials, and overall a better jersey. Even though it's not exactly what the players wear on the ice, again, it is closer than that Fanatics Breakaway. Not bad for autographing too, depending on the player. Now guys, if you ask me, preferably, I only do retail authentics or team issue jerseys. I like to customize jerseys too, so I like to get them as accurate as possible to what the players wear. So in that case, I will be going with that Adidas authentic. It is what I prefer, guys. You can find them on sale. Just keep your eyes open and you could get it sometimes cheaper, if not way cheaper than that Fanatics Breakaway. All right, and there you go. Those are the two jerseys, guys. Let me know which ones you primarily collect. And if you collect one, will you be getting the other style anytime in the future? Also, guys, let me know if there's another video you'd like to see me do. I'll do my best to get it done. With that said, I'll see you at the next one.